The last point I'm going to make on this is that Africans and Negroes are two different peoples. Race and skin colour are really a red herring. Okay, it's a kind of divisive lie that has been put about, and I'm going to go into this a bit more in detail. To separate people by perceived race is a distraction. Okay, so we all think that all black people are the same, basically, but they're not. Africans and Negroes are different. They have a different skeletal structure, different skull shape, and one interesting thing is African people, real Africans, cannot grow hair like Negroes can. So African men cannot grow beards. All right? African women cannot grow afros. Right? It's a very powerful thing. If you see real African women, you'll see that they've always got very, very short hair, because literally they can't grow it. Very quickly, Adam was not the very first man. The Bible is only covering a period of time which is about 7,000 years, the last 7,000 years of Earth's history. It doesn't cover before that period. There were people before that period, and the first verses of the Bible actually tell you that. If you read it properly and you read it with the translating the Paleo-Hebrew, some of the words aren't translated quite correctly, and gives you the impression that it's all happening contemporaneously, but it's not. It's actually there's like a gap period in between the first two verses. So the biblical Israelites were black. It says that Ham, this is according to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, Ham was the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes. They're separate people. But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, Canaanites. So it's telling you there that, again, the Egyptians and what became the Africans were black people.
Shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, GMS. Peace and blessings to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. It's your brother Batamayan from Great Millstone, Houston, coming to you with a quick lesson. I saw this video from the brother in LA. The GMS get this work too. We are not the same. It just sparked my spirit to bring out a few precepts. And I did want to bring a precept to land back off of the precept that he had in the video also. But it just goes to show you that this truth is coming out. The truth is spreading across the four winds. Matter of fact, let me grab that. Salakia. That's what I was looking for. 24. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. All right, Salakia. Bear with me, brothers. St. Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel, which is this good news, this truth of the kingdom is within, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end come. Salakia, and then shall the end come. So we can tell that we're at the end because this truth is starting to come out. More and more people across the world are understanding that those in the Holy Land aren't the true Israelites. That's why they call themselves Israelis. And not only them, those Palestinians, not even the real Palestinians. They're supposed to be the Hamites, which is the so-called Africans. Those Palestinians are the Arabs, Ishmaelites. So it's just a bunch of confusion going on. And what's that? Let me get that too. But we could tell that we're at the end. We're in the last days of the last days. Zechariah 9:6, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. So right now, is neither one of those, nations, which Esau, Edom is the self-proclaimed white man, which they're called Israelis and not Israelites. That should be a telltale sign, because the word Israeli is not in the Bible. You're not going to find that in the Bible, but you will find Israelite, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But it's a bastards dwelling in Ashdod. Ashdod was is one of the major cities in Israel, which is our holy land. It was called the land of Canaan, but even still, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh is a fair God. So what does he do? He gives everyone a chance to be in rulership also. But the earth was made for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And through the curses in Deuteronomy 28, we've been scattered across all the nations. So a lot of people are waking up, a lot of Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that look like the other heathen nations. So I want to bring out a few precepts on that. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai power. So that's why you got to try the Spirit by the Spirit, especially for those that look like the other heathen nations. But when you're trying the Spirit, you can see, who connects with who resonate with the word, this true gospel, the truth, which the brothers here at Great Millstone have been preaching, starting with the elder apostles on down, just back in Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So we're in the last days of the last days, for a witness, this testimony, it's giving us evidence of who we are. And the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, is pouring his spirit out, not just on, the brothers that's preaching, the hopeful elect, the 12,000 men from the 12 tribes of Israel, and the rest of the 1/3, pushing forth this word, whether it's on social media, or some type of platform, which is Psalms 19, 1 through like 3, via the internet, that's the internet scriptures. This word is going out to all the nations across the world, that we are the chosen people. The main precept that came to mind when I saw that video was Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai doth or do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. The Egyptians are the Hamites, like the brother that was going to in that lesson. He went into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. More than likely, he's been watching our videos, because most people don't go into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. But we've been pushing forth this word via YouTube and other platforms that, hey, it's reaching across all the nations. And then the last precept I had was St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. We're the salt. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And even if you do like those other heathen nations, you can't hold back your spirit. You can't hold back your salt, your flavor. You may look like say you're Moab or a Chinese or Ammon or Japanese. When you start dancing, hey, we can tell that you're an Israelite. That's part of, I like when the elders always go into dancing. Hey, that's part of what we do. We're the best at everything. Jacob is the former of all things. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. So if we pretty much, losing our heritage, we didn't know who we were. So that's part of us losing some of our salt, some of our flavor. Yeah, we still Jacob short for Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, the progenitor of the Israelites. So if we lost our flavor, pretty much our heritage, not knowing, that we don't have as much confidence, when we're in the world. Now that we coming into this truth that's been preached forth across the four winds, guess what? We're bringing that salt back, and we're getting extra salty. I like to say. I like one of the brothers One of the brothers down here in Houston, he always say, stay salty. We got to keep being salty. We got to keep showing these other heathen nations that we are the gods, like Psalm 82 says. We are the God's chosen people. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's chosen people. But that's pretty much all that I had on this. I just wanted to make it kind of quick and straight to the point. Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. There's a separation between Israelites and the rest of the world. And the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he don't love these other heathen nations. He's a fair God. So yes, they all have had a chance to be in rulership, but on the flip side, you all are going to have to go into captivity, which what we rejoice in. That's the good part of the good news back in Matthew chapter 24 and 14. Part of the good news is all these heathen nations will be in subjection up under the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that spirit, resonate. But Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect, the 12,000 men from the 12 tribes of Israel, and then the rest of the 1/3, the innumerable multitude of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that look like the other heathen nations. Call Holayim La, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. That's GMS. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom and Kwam Yashala.